Hey Wastelanders, this is Gary from The Last Ranger, and today I'm going to show you I got in yesterday. If you check on my community page, there's a code for $15 off. If it's still indeed on pre-order, maybe the code will work. So it's $65, but if you take the code for $15 off, you'll get it for $50. So this is a thumb stud only operated pocket knife. This metallic blue. If you touch it a lot, it seems to smudge very easily. But it's you could polish it up with a cloth. So, or if you have a hank on your hand, you can polish it up with that too. But it's a gorgeous knife. It's a black, metallic black, and kind of a matte black. I said metallic black, metallic blue, and it's kind of a matte black finish on the blade and this liner on the inside. So what they say, it's kind of a bolt gun design. I don't know if they are referring to like a rifle with a bolt retracting design. I don't know what a bolt gun is other than that. So it's kind of it's an integral knife. You can see it's two bended over wrap pieces of steel folded over. Yeah. So it has a piece of steel bended over, folded over, like you remember the Real Steel Sacra. I'll pull it up in a moment. I'll give you an example. It's a integral design, but they wrapped another piece of steel around it. Surprisingly, it's really lightweight. I think it's 3.5 ounces. You would think would be heavy because all the steel, but there's supposedly a lot of milling going on the black part of the inner part of this liner. So maybe you can see it. There's a lot of milling holes on the liner, and not much this side, but mostly this side. That probably makes it a little bit lighter. Anyway, like I said, it's a liner lock. Well, and I'm not sure it's a bearing. I may be a what do you call it, on washers, but it's really easily flipped out, and like if it's on washers, it's really good. I don't know if it's on bearings, but it acts like it's on bearings. Maybe if I get brave enough, I'll take it apart. So I like this knife. I initially didn't like it. Someone asked me if you're familiar with Mimo in the community. He asked me if I was going to pick it up, and initially I said no, but that was the initial design. I didn't really like that, but when I saw this blue, I fell in love with it. I'm like, I just got to get it. So this is a designer that's one of my favorite designers of real steel. It's Poltergeist Works design, and it signifies, if you see a skull on it, that's the Poltergeist Works design. Oh, and yeah, and this is in Nitro V steel. This is the first time I know of that they've used Nitro V. They mainly use they use K110. I mean, they use like the regular S35 and their higher price knives, but usually they use K110 in their lower price knives, or they will use something like a N690. This is more of a premium knife. It's a little bit more expensive. This is a $50 knife, and this is probably over 100. I can't quite remember, but this is another Poltergeist Works design. And this is the Sacra, it kind of reminds me of this because it's the folded over design. It's kind of an integral type knife, and this is in K110. So again, I really like this knife. Some of the features I like. I just like how it's folded over and left exposed in certain areas, like up front and the back. I like this bolt, open bolt kind of design, closed bolt and open bolt, whatever. And the pocket clip is interesting. It has a nice countersunk screw, but you see the hole. You don't put the. I've not taken it apart, but I can tell the pocket clip has like a little extension that sinks below the hole. Probably have a hook, and you hook it in there, and then you just use one screw to fasten it. So this screw is above, and this is probably primarily to showcase the design. But if you flip it over, and if you're lefty, you would use the countersunk screw. Like a nice pocket clip, nice pocket clip. I'm always surprised that Real Steel does a really good job on their pocket clips. They don't like use a standard pocket clip like Stevie and CJRB or whatever. They use a pocket clip design for the knife, and I really, that's a plus in my book. They're willing to not use a generic pocket clip on the knife. So it's a deep carry clip. I don't think I need to show you. You can really tell it's a deep carry. You would only see this pocket clip outside. You wouldn't see any of the knife. I love how they gave it a blue thumb stud. They didn't like just treat the outer body. They just complement it with a blue thumb stud on both sides. So like I said, it's a really good flipper. I mean, oh, I forgot to show you something. Look at this spine. This is like a crown spine, or I don't know what you would call it. I would call it a crown spine. So the spine is eased over the edges, and it's kind of rounded. You don't get that much on an inexpensive knife, let alone a $50 knife. This is a really, really good treatment of this blade. The jimping feels lovely. I mean, it's there and you can feel it, but it's not aggressive. It won't take any skin off, but it like if you try to press into it, it locks your finger in. So the blade is about 3¼ inches, and let me give you a measurement off the website because I don't have my tools. So their overall length is about under 7½ inches. The blade is less than 3¼ 3.15. Again, it's Nitro V and 59 to 61 hardness, black finish, black PVD, Poltergeist Works design, and let's, yep, 3.3 ounces. I was guessing at all the ounces and stuff earlier. So let me show you some knives next to it, so you get a overall size difference. As you can see, it's kind of like a different variation of the Sacra. This is the Sacra. This is, oh, did I even say the name of this? This is the SYLPH. If I didn't say the name of, this is the SYLPH, this is the Sacra. So this is the lock bar knife. But again, they're designed the same way. Both are integrals. And let me show you a smaller knife. This is a smaller knife. I always use this as this as my smaller knife. You can see this is a really small knife. You see it in my hand. if I choke up on it, I could get all 4 fingers on there. So with this, it's not super small. I mean, I have large size hands, and I can get all my hands on it. So this is the Voodoo. So the Voodoo is going to make this like look super tiny. Like, the Voodoo is not a huge knife, but it's much bigger than probably a large size knife. And I wanted to pull out a skinnier knife. It's a slip joint. I have been carrying this one lately. This is the Kershaw Federalist. So the Federalist is just a tiny bit longer in the blade and tiny bit longer in the handle, but it's about the same like feel in the hand, the skinny feel. And again, it's a different type of knife. This is a double detent slip joint. This is a liner lock. So I don't know. I don't want to say I encourage you guys to pick it up, because I don't know. Everybody's not like me. I kind of just like a different knives. I go for different style knives that sometimes don't appeal to the masses. But I really like Poltergeist Design Works, and I really like how Real Steel does an excellent job on his designs. All right, I'll probably talk about this more, but I need to check it out a little bit more. I was going to do it. I would call this kind of a quick look. Take care, Wastelanders.